That's always kind of been her thing, right? Drawing?
You have to promise not to freak out.
Amber drew that?
She's working through some stuff.
You know, feelings aren't bad. When you get angry, sad, or scared, put it in here, where it can't hurt anyone.
Here's the thing. Life is all about balancing the good and the bad.
I saw an eyeball with legs.
Every part of that was horrifying.
Sketch, in theaters August 6th. Get your tickets now at angel.com/sketch.
Amber's drawings might be. You have to promise not to freak out.
You're not an evil person just because you drew pictures.
Amber drew that?
What in the...
Sketch, in theaters August 6th. Get your tickets now at angel.com/sketch.
Caloroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. I'll tell you what the good news is for, but I would spoil the story. So let me just tell you, a mom went to the supermarket, bought some vegetables, brought them home, put them in the fridge. A couple days later, went to cook them. She cut open the bag, and good news for a toad. The toad was in the bag of vegetables, and the good news is the toad was still alive. Mom posted a TikTok. I went to cut the bag, but something moved, and I said, oh my God, it's moving. A toad. It's very much alive. There's an air hole in the bag, so it managed to stay alive. Must have been very cold in the fridge. What do we do next? One comment said, just let it out in the garden. Get rid of the vegetables and get on with your evening. Another user suggested, taste the difference, you get what you paid for. A supermarket spokesperson said, we've reached out to the customer to say how sorry we are for her experience and arrange for a refund. There was an update video. The mom was shown giving the toad to the local wildlife care center. The toad is named Nippy and is getting proper care. The plan was to release it back into the wild. Hey, you never know what you find in a garage sale. A New York-based art firm announced its experts have verified that a painting bought for $50 at a garage sale in Minnesota is indeed a Van Gogh. The painting is titled Elamar. It was purchased for $50. It was sold to LMI Group International. If authenticated, the painting would be worth $15 million. Wow. After the Pacific Palisades fires, Tony went back to his house to see what was still there. He found a letter in the mailbox from 4 firefighters. They wrote, we're so sorry for the devastation your neighborhood has endured. It's truly heartbreaking, and we can only imagine the toll it's taken on everyone affected. When we returned a few days later, it brought us great relief to see that we were able to save your house. The house to the right of you was completely on fire and burning the fence, about to catch your house on fire. We stopped the fire from burning through your side door and kept the fire from your deck and roof. Since then, our amazing team has found solace on your deck, gazing out at the Pacific Ocean. It has offered a moment of calm amidst the chaos. The pink ribbon, if it's still there, it means the house was a save, and it gave us great pride to hang it. We want you to know that you and your neighbors are in our thoughts as you rebuild and recover. A camera was lost in the ocean off the coast of Victoria, Canada. It was found by a diver 8 months later and returned to its owner, and the videos are still good. Ken said he and his wife were diving, and he found a GoPro 30 feet below the surface of the water. The camera had taken on some water. Well, I would imagine so, but the SD card was intact. It even had a video of the camera falling off the owner's head and into the water. On the video, it landed face up. A little while later, you could see a crab approach the camera. That's amazing. Ken posted some video clips and screenshots from the camera to social media to hope to find the owner. The post went viral. It eventually reached the camera owner's mother. Mom recognized the voice in one of the video clips. The owner got the camera and the SD card back.
What if everything you've been taught about happiness is wrong? We chase careers, approval, more stuff, hoping it'll finally make us feel fulfilled, but it never sticks. What if happiness isn't out there, but already inside you, just waiting to be unlocked? Discover the book, The Happiness Experiment. Every person has a unique happiness type, and when you understand yours, everything shifts. You'll stop chasing and start creating joy on your own terms. Discover your happiness type with a free happiness type assessment. Go to myhappinnesstype.com. That's myhappinnesstype.com. It takes just a minute and it might change your life. Then grab your copy of The Happiness Experiment at Books A Million. This isn't just a book, it's a practical framework, a journey inward. It's a tool to help you reconnect with the happiness that's been waiting inside you all along. Pick up The Happiness Experiment and start your happiness experiment today.
That's always kind of been her thing, right? Drawing?
You have to promise not to freak out.
Amber drew that?
She's working through some stuff.
You know, feelings aren't bad. When you get angry, sad, or scared, put it in here, where it can't hurt anyone.
Here's the thing. Life is all about balancing the good and the bad.
I saw an eyeball with legs.
Every part of that was horrifying.
Sketch, in theaters August 6th. Get your tickets now at angel.com/sketch.
And why were you late for work this time? Look, man, I was on the interstate and they had to close down. A truck spilled approximately 4,000 gallons of milk. Palm Beach County Fire Rescue said the crash occurred just after midnight northbound I-95. A truck lost hundreds of crates of milk. Nobody was injured. And a social media post said none of them needed to be moved to the hospital. Firefighters estimated about 4,000 gallons of milk were spilled across the roadway. Took them almost 3 hours to clean up after this cream emergency. Oh, the police department social media teams love their puns. And those are your 5 good news stories for today. If you enjoy the program, please tell a friend about it. They might like it too. And if you would like the program without commercial interruption, if you're on Apple Podcasts, click the banner that says Uninterrupted Listening. And if you're not on Apple Podcasts, go to caloroga.com/plus. Link in the show notes. Either way, the short version, $5 a month. You get this show ad-free and 25 plus others on the network, including Daily Comedy News, which I host 7 days a week. You get that without commercials, and all the others too, like Palace Intrigues, a fun show. I write that one. All right. You have an awesome day.
From Caloroga Shark Media comes Celebrity Trials, the explosive new podcast that exposes the truth behind America's most captivating cases. I'm Reed Carter, and I'll take you inside real-live daily trials and classic celebrity cases where fame, power, and justice collide. From Jeffrey Epstein's billion-dollar sex trafficking empire to the prep school killer who walked free, from family annihilators to celebrity plea deals. Discover the shocking verdicts, twisted evidence, and cultural forces that shape American justice. These aren't just crimes. They're cultural moments that reveal who we really are. Justice isn't always swift, but it's absolutely riveting. Celebrity Trials, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to Alligator Alcatraz, a new podcast from Caloroga Shark Media. They built a detention center in the Florida Everglades to separate families and break spirits. Surrounded it with alligators, figured that'd be the end of it. What they didn't count on was Tommy Esperanza, a quiet maintenance worker who turned their bureaucratic nightmare into something extraordinary. While corrupt politicians profited from human suffering and incompetent officials created disasters with PowerPoint presentations, Tommy built an underground network that reunited families, exposed massive fraud, and brought down a congressman. Where the Gators were smarter than the guards, families fought back against systematic cruelty, and one man proved that wisdom beats authority every single time. Alligator Alcatraz, available wherever you get your podcasts.